This is the English podcast.
Why'd you point at me? You were going to say.
Because that's Brett.
And that is Eric.
Yeah, we both wanted to start this one.
Oh, yeah. We always started off.
We both deserve
the
to.
same time.
We both deserve to be kings of the podcast.
Who shall wear the podcast crown?
We deserve a $15 minimum payment per hour for this podcast.
Yeah, exactly.
Each.
And to still get our, food stamp benefits. So not too many hours.
You get food stamp benefits?
Right. Well, that apparently wasn't that the...
No, I'm just joking.
No,
we do. I don't get any benefits.
We're too white.
Yeah, exactly.
You're far too white to receive any food stamp benefits. But apparently that was the story in Seattle. They bumped up.
Yeah, some people are actually asking for less hours or less pay because if they're getting kicked out of their different sort of welfare type benefits. Not just food stamps, but housing and healthcare and everything else.
Right. The whole thing is so dumb in general because okay, there's the economic realities of how things like minimum wages distort the market and stuff like that. But I can understand people still being well, even that being said, we believe there's some sort of moral obligation to forcing a minimum pay of some kind.
Right.
You can make a case for that. But when you have this complicated bureaucracy of baloney that we have, it's, again, the problem with America is it's the worst of all worlds. It would have to be a
comprehensive system where...
Right. If the system was, the government will make sure you get a minimum amount of money no matter what job you work. Then that would skew the market, but it would just be one thing. But it's that... Plus the system, but if you make too much, we stop giving you benefit. But if you're going to give
and then other distortions within, they could fix the issue by, in a lot of ways, just by affecting why you can't live off $7 an hour.
Right? Yeah.
The way that the medical
industry, the way that
the fucked up, and the way that they charge,
housing
just
industry is all bloated in cost and everything
loans
because
are
of all
these
inflated. It's all these inflations of cost because of market manipulations that are forcing these problems.
People used to have normal lives off 25 cents an hour. So you can't tell me that it's the amount.
Right, yeah,
it's a cost.
It's a relative, amounts.
And why do these cost more? Oh, because stuff keeps going up. Or minimum wage?
Right, yeah, exactly. But then again, what I'm saying is, let's say you wanted to actually working with an extent. Because like I said, there's always the problem of the math. Eventually, you're always going to run out of other people's money.
Right.
But let's say you just feel like a moral obligation that the country should spend a certain amount of its taxes on welfare for people.
Right.
And that's fine. You can do that. And it's worked okay in some countries.
Oh, it's not something that's necessarily going to automatically collapse everything.
Right.
But
the problem is it's cancerous in our country because it's not a case where they just say everybody gets X amount of money for being a citizen or something like that. Something straightforward. It's all this convoluted shit where you get this, but then you don't get that, and so you're incentivized not to work. Who
you are and what you're doing and where you live.
Right. If you're the right kind of people, you get it, but not if you work too much. But you should work because get a job, you bum. But if you do work, you're taking away. It's what do you think was going to happen?
Yeah,
this is retarded.
We were just talking about incentives off air, and that's what happens.
Yeah.
They don't realize what they're actually incentivizing.
Almost nothing does. Every company I've worked for,
just don't care.
Every government program, they either don't care or they don't think through their own policies because they will tell you de jure what the rules are or what they expect of you or what they say, and then you're like, but what I actually get paid for is this.
So that's what.
And then so I'm
incentivized. People do what you pay them for.
Yeah, which if you pay me to show up and do the job, and you only pay me every job that's completed, I'm going to do jobs fast and try to get as many jobs done as possible.
Right.
If you pay me a whole lot more money to slow down and do the job right, then I'll slow down and do the job right. But if you don't do that, then I'll just do jobs fast and shitty. Right. It's you can't have it both ways. The old adage, you can have it quick, you can have it right, or you can have it cheap. Which
pick two.
Pick two, yeah.
Right. That's kind of like the hot, crazy, and what is it? What's the other one? It's hot, crazy, or nice, I think.
Exactly.
They can be crazy
and hot.
Right. But they're not going to be nice, I guess.
Right.
Was it nice?
Something, I don't remember.
Maybe I should Google that. Because I was thinking crazy. Can someone be crazy and nice?
Crazy tends to be not nice.
No, it wasn't crazy. It was sane.
Yeah.
It's hot, sane, and nice.
Okay, yeah, because those are all
good things. Right. But you only get two of them.
Right, yeah. So you can get hot and nice, but then they're also going to have a
crazy
edge of sane in there.
Yeah, exactly.
They're really pleasant most of the time, but then there's some bipolar thing going on or something. Or they can be hot and sane, but
no, it's not. I'm sorry, it's hot, sane, or single.
Oh, okay. That makes more
because
sense.
if they're hot and sane, then they're already snatched up.
Right, yeah, exactly. Hot and sane is snatched up.
Yeah, it's pick two: hot, sane, or single.
All right.
Because if they're they're hot and sane, they're not going to be single.
Right. Yeah.
If they're hot and single, it's probably because they're crazy.
Right. Yeah.
And if they're sane and single, it's because they're probably not.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Precisely. But yeah, it's the pick two dilemma.
Right.
In all things,
That's
what you incentivize, you can't. You got to be careful about it.
What's funny is how so fucking obvious it is most of the time. When you look at it right off the bat and say, "Oh, this is what's going to happen." No, and then guess what? That's
why I swear to God, like half the artists in the world and like the intellectuals always commit suicide is because when you live in the world run by the insane inmates, you start to realize that, and you refuse to play the charades. You just go crazy.
Well, nothing will make sense to you.
What? Like, why are you doing this?
Right? Like, what's going on?
Can't you? Everybody's telling you that like all the doors are locked. You're like, no, they're not. I just tried them. And they're like, nope, we can't leave this place. All the doors are locked.
Just walked outside.
I just walked outside. And like, there are other ways of doing this, and they're like, nope. And all the doors are locked. You're like, you just start going, no! And
well, you either just completely, you go crazy, or you just end up completely ignoring what everyone says and be thought of as an outcast.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Which, trust me, is better, but...
Yes, but still does not necessarily...
All right, Google Trends.
Let's find out...
We still have yet to figure out a better way to look through
Well, we haven't spent a whole lot of time trying to find
Once we get an audience, we'll get people to send us the shit that they're interested in, or that they've heard about.
Right, that they want us to comment on and to mock.
First one is some guy named Geno Smith, a quarterback. For Jets, I think.
Okay.
He got like KO'd by one of his teammates.
I think I heard about this.
And got his jaw busted.
He like dislocated his jaw.
I think it broke it. They said he's gonna be out for like 10 weeks.
Damn.
They said it was some kind of sucker punch or something.
Huh. Team camaraderie.
Here we go. It says he refused to pay the guy IK NM Kapali.
That's a name.
That's Is it? I'm not sure if it is.
No.
He refused to pay him $600, pointed his finger, and said, "You're not going to do anything about it." Famous last words.
Right. Not the kind of thing I would say in a locker room full of like guys probably all on steroids,
and
who spend all their days being trained to be aggressive.
Why did Geno Smith take a month to pay a teammate back $600? A guy he was seeing daily, and he's obviously making money.
Yeah.
That's funny. He said he refused to pay him the $600.
What was the $600 for? Like,
who knows? Probably a strip club or something.
Right? Yeah, they went out.
Wasn't necessarily apologetic and being in a way remorseful about the money when he said he was going to pay. He said he was rather smug about it. So these guys got into it earlier in camp about this money. Obviously, it probably wasn't about the $600. Because, I mean, like, league minimum is $250 or something.
Right, the disrespect of not paying.
Yeah, like the guy being like, "Oh, fuck you, I don't deserve to pay you." I'm like, dude, it's fucking, just give me the $600. Don't be a bitch.
It's like other people asking for a quarter.
Right, yeah, well, that's what makes it even more ridiculous.
Right, it's like, you're not going to pay me a quarter back.
Yeah, like you're not going to give me the $5.
You just watch a guy pick it up off the ground and like, no.
People would be like $10 or $20.
Right,
it's just like a couple $100. Even for normal people, that's not an absurd amount of money. But
usually not enough to start well, some people would start an altercation over.
And then he says he put his finger in his face and told the guy, "Well, you're not going to do anything about it."
So he laid him out.
Yeah, fucking KO'd him. He dared a man he owed $600 to do something about it, and then he did. Oh, it says he was released. That sucks.
Who?
The guy who punched him was released from the team, I guess.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah,
it does suck.
If I was the coaches, I would have been like,
that's what I mean, but the reason is it probably cost him a shitload of money to have their starting quarterback
and stuff like that. Yeah.
I'm assuming he's the starting quarterback. I don't know enough about football.
Yeah,
I recognize the name though. So.
But still, though, I mean, that's one of those old school things. Like back in the day, they would have said, "Well, you messed with the bull."
Like what the fuck do you expect? But I can still see him being upset. They're like, "Dude, our starter's out for 10 weeks." Right before the football season. You know what I mean? Like, that's terrible.
I'm saying the difference is that would have been like 100 years ago. That was a man within his rights. I was within my rights. He insulted me. Threw down
the can't allow that kind of fuckery in the locker room because they have these issues all the time.
Yeah, it's costing them money. The owners don't care, except that now they're going to be down however many viewers and sponsorships and everything and wins.
Well, probably not going to be as likely to win.
Right. One losses affect sponsorship, and you want to be the hot dog.
Someone says, "Why was the guy cut?" In one moment, he probably helped the Jets season more than any other player on the team.
I guess that guy wasn't doing so good to begin with. Seems like some of the fans want him gone anyway.
Seems like a lot of people are mad at him. Hopefully, he won't face criminal charges for that.
Right.
Yeah. That's funny.
That's one of those cases where, like, if you've got any integrity and you got to look back the guy who got his jaw broke and be like, well, "I'm not pressing charges. I asked for that."
Yeah, exactly. Hopefully he'll be a man about it.
Right.
Realizing he's being a jackass.
Right.
Literally asked him to punch him in the face.
literally said, "I'm going to keep what I took from you unless you take it back."
And right, so, unless you do something about it.
I said, okay.
Right, here you go. Pow. Too bad it broke his jaw. Would have been better if it just knocked him out. You know
right,
what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. If he just kind of showed him up.
Yeah, just like KO'd him.
He just way showed him up.
Yeah, exactly. Hit him a little too hard. Should have gone with like a gut punch or something.
Right, yeah.
That's why the grappling's so powerful.
Right.
Because you can thoroughly embarrass people with and like even render them unconscious or in lots of pain without actually damaging them.
Right.
And you can like sit on their chest and be like slap them in the face and stuff. Right. And there's nothing they can do about it.
Embarrassing stuff like doing an arm bar with your ass in their cheeks, you know. And
or just hold on and carry on a conversation with someone else while you're like embarrassing them.
Right. Like, oh look, he's turning blue. He's turning blue.
Oh, I'm like, slap him around.
Somebody gets
put him in like arm bars and not actually break him. Just be like, ah.
Yeah, he's just writhing there, going, hey, let me go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So, that's that one.
What's that guy's name again?
Geno Smith is the guy who got KO'd.
Smith, the other guy.
IK, the letters IK, as in Indigo Kilo.
Yeah.
India, sorry. And NM K Pali.
Man, he's got
like enemy without the Y, and then KPALI. NM Kapali. He's got to be African, I guess.
Got to be African, or maybe like from Michigan,
Indian, maybe like one of the. Well, there are a lot of those are.
That's what I'm saying. A lot of the Somalis.
Well, his name's actually he goes by IK, but it's actually Ikemefuna NM Kapali.
That's definitely African. Yeah, it's definitely like from
Nigeria or something. I have no idea where that's from. Let me look that up.
That is a name.
Yeah, I can't even say that shit.
No. So Geno Smith got laid out by
yeah.
I'd like to see John Madden read his name off the jersey.
Sure they know how to say it. Here we go.
Although I guess I'm showing my age, John Madden ain't doing that no more.
He is born in Texas, but I'm wondering where his parents are from because that's not a normal Texas name.
Parents do not name their kids.
That is funny though. Have you ever seen the Key and Peele where they do all the names
versus West Bowl?
Yeah, it's like
one
guy's name was just Fudge.
Yeah, exactly. He's versus West Bowl. I'm like, my name is Euclides Agapagno.
Yeah, you know, like these hilarious names.
Yeah.
And then one goes, it's Fudge.
Right. Yeah. My name is God. You know.
There was another. What was it? There was another really funny one that I liked. It was like, I can't remember them all. They had several iterations of that skit.
Right. Yeah.
And they're all hilarious.
One was like,
dollar. Yeah, exactly. Dollar. It was born in
Kentucky State.
Yeah, Pflugerville, Texas, to Nigerian immigrants. It is Nigerian.
Yeah,
I'm so smart.
Very strong.
I'm so smart.
Middle Africa vibe coming off that name.
Yeah. Okay. Something about Robin Williams.
Is he still dead?
No, he just said he left an unprecedented... Well, I mean, yes, he is still dead. He left an unprecedented mark on suicide hotlines. I guess more people are calling in now. Beetlejuice 2 is happening, according to Winona Ryder.
What clamoring was there for that? Who wanted that?
A bunch of hipsters like that. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's just kind
of... No, I mean, just like, I don't find myself thinking, at least personally, you know what Tim Burton needs to revisit?
I've never liked many Tim Burton movies, to be honest. Especially his recent ones.
Yeah. I think I understand why he was liked, because his style was out of nowhere at the time he came into it.
Yeah, it's
totally different than anybody else.
And I liked, like, the Batman movie was okay and everything.
Right, yeah. But I think, like, the problem with Tim Burton to me is that his style, he's a one-trick pony. You know, like, if you don't want Tim Burton to do that, don't have him make your movie. You know what I mean?
He's one of the few directors that, regardardless of what the material is, it's going to look like a Tim Burton movie.
It's going to be Tim Burton's version of it. And it happened to work okay for things like Batman. Like a Tim Burton version of Batman.
Or like the Nightmare
turned out okay.
Christmas or something.
Right, yeah. But
some things, like for fucking the horrible Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie. It was god-awful.
Yeah.
Did he also did the... Alice in Wonderland, didn't he?
I did not see that, but I think
was that like Guillermo del Toro or something?
I don't know.
I think it was him.
Yeah,
because it always has Johnny Depp in it.
Right. Yeah.
But that movie was
I had
awful.
no interest in
I didn't even
it.
finish that. I just watched like 20 minutes of it. Apparently, the guy from the Arrow show is on like WWE now. He's like as himself, but he's like in the crowd. One of them is like, somebody bumped. So he's he's being an actor for WWE, but as himself, like he's there and like gets in a fight with somebody and then jumps in and beats him up. Or something.
Oh, really? Like they threw him in the ring and he took care of it.
Or he insults some guy, walks by and says something, and then he jumps up and they fight. It's obviously staged. They even had Ronda Rousey do that at one of them too.
Yeah. Apparently, I saw some story that recently, within the last couple of weeks, like Cena. It was funny because the story said like John Cena's actually got kneed in the face. Like it showed, like because that was a joke. That's the joke. Like because like they went for like a stunt knee to the face.
He actually caught a knee.
And he actually caught the knee and it broke his nose and he was like bleeding everywhere for the rest of the match. And
that's cool. He actually has. Apparently, he's like a really cool dude. He set a record for how many like Make-A-Wish Foundation things he's done. But it was insane. Like when I read it. It was like 3 a week. Like they have a room at the place dedicated, like named after him, like the John Cena room, because he's there so often
for all the kids who love wrestling,
who always love wrestling. But he's flying out to this place like multiple times a week. That's crazy. And sure not making a big deal about this wasn't him like press release went to this again, posting selfies
look how
about
good
it.
I am.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's the thing about a lot of those wrestler guys. Like you hear, usually there's a lot of stories of them doing that kind of stuff. Like not all of them, but a good amount. A lot of people like to make fun of it for it just being a stunt show.
Yeah, but I think there's just so many. It's kind of like the fighters and everything. Like they don't. There's so many of them that are doing like the low level crazy shit, and it's only a small percentage of those guys get into the famous, big time. So you're pulling from a pool of people who are used to just doing it probably for nothing.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
just like with the most of them are not making money and they're doing hardcore shit for almost no pay.
In the beginning, at least.
Yeah, exactly. Huh.
So
it was funny. I was actually just listening to Adam Carolla podcast, and he was talking about somehow Cena came up because of this story about him getting busted in the nose. And he was like talking about how he had met Cena, like he had him on the show, and he's like, oh yeah, he's talking about one of the movies he had been in, like the first one that starred him or something, like The Marine. The
Marine's fucking hilariously awesome.
Yeah. No, he said it was hilarious though because even he knew it was probably not going to do like great. He's like,
Cena didn't.
Yeah, Cena was like, look, if this makes top box office this week, I will fuck a fat chick. Like what he said.
Because he knows it's not good.
Because he knows, like, look, I mean, it's a vehicle.
Like, I'm just doing it because they paid me like $10 million.
Right, I'm doing it because it's going to be a cheesy, fun action movie. And it's not going to get top billing by the critics,
know. It was hilarious though. I liked it.
It was just one of those cheesy, like totally.
What's funny is that because he wears like these goofy long shorts and everything,
cargo short.
Yeah, and there's also a bunch of. He doesn't really look that big. He looks like short and everything, but he's actually enormous.
Right,
he's just like 5'10" or whatever.
Of the things he's wearing,
and the other guys,
all the other guys are huge.
Yeah,
in wrestling.
But I think he's like 5'11" or 5'10", like above
average.
He
probably weighs like 180, 190.
No, he's definitely got to be bigger than that. Like when you see him actually, he's
like
probably
200,
like 220, 240.
Wow, or like 240 at like 5'10".
He's huge. Like he's actually a lot bigger than he looks. Let's see if I can.
Actually, 180 would be low for wrestlers. That would be.
I mean, shit, I weigh 170 right now, so he's definitely probably a lot heavier than that.
Yeah, I lowballed the hell out of that.
He's probably like 240.
Right.
I'm not gonna be able to get any information. Well, let me see if they have IMDb. We can check out the Marine. He was in some other one called. What was the other one? He was like a firefighter instead of a cop or a Marine or whatever.
No, wasn't that Tony Long? That was Firestorm?
No. There is that Firestorm.
Oh, but there was another different.
There was another John Cena movie.
Oh, okay. Called The Ladder Man or something like that.
Well, it's sort of like a Die Hard type movie where he gets involved and.
Right. Yeah.
All right, let's see the full bio. We can at least tell how tall he is.
They tried it ever since Die Hard. They tried to do that.
Oh, he's 6'1", so he's actually not even.
Okay.
Yeah, it says he weighs exactly at 240 pounds, and is a successful superstar. That's funny.
Huh? Yeah.
He is pretty damn big.
But yeah, you're right. Like wearing those kind of like almost
like Jinko style,
like those calf cut off shorts. Makes you look like truncated, like
right. And then a bunch of guys who are like 6'5", like The Rock's like 6'4", 6'5". Right, a bunch of those guys are giant.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have all the WWE credits on here. Trainwreck. Oh, he was in that movie. God,
he had an appearance in that or something.
Fucking looks terrible. I hate her fucking bloated face. She's hot
apparently,
shit.
all these things getting all this celebration, but I mean, it seems
like
it's one of those things that it's probably funny. Okay,
I'm sure it's okay
because it's like it's by what's his name? It's her and
the guy who did Knocked Up and everything, Judd Apatow.
Apatow, right? And he's done a fairly successful track record of funny movies. So it's probably funny, okay, but it seems like it got boosted in. It's just one of those things that, like, every so often the machine decides this is the it thing, and we're going to promo the hell out of it. You know what I mean? Like, so
12 rounds. That what it was called.
Okay,
that's the one where they make him run through these games like Die Hard 3.
Right? Yeah, like the bad guys select him.
Right.
Like, you
it's sort of blatant rip off of Die Hard 3.
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah.
But anyways, back to Trainwreck. There was because the movie's even called Trainwreck, and it's supposed to be like sort of autobiographical about her, I guess, that she's just been a big slut her whole life and just wants to like find the Mr. Right or something, I guess.
Right, yeah.
Because she helped write it, I think.
Basically,
yeah, because I think she helped write it.
Yeah, I think it was part of a personal project on hers.
Anyways, she was on some radio show, and they were asking about it. So is it like about this woman who's a slut who becomes like, she's not a slut, and got all angry that they were like, well, the movie's called a train wreck. What's that referring to? Like, like then she gets her shit together, and she got all bent out of shape about like actually being confronted with the realities of what she's purposefully put out there.
Right, it's like, okay, well, they just accepted it. It would have been easier just to say, yeah, it's a story about a person who, you know...
Yeah, Amy Schumer's the writer.
Went around and, did that kind of stuff and then righted their ship, you know. It's about...
Well, it's this thing is she still doesn't look at it as being anything wrong with that, even though it's...
Then why'd you call it Trainwreck?
That was sort of the point. They're like, wait a second, you called it... It's called Trainwreck. Like, it's not called, like, Strong Empowered Woman.
Right, yeah, exactly, yeah. I mean, maybe she thought that was tongue-in-cheek. Like, see, they call me a train wreck, but I'm really not. Yeah, but like, from what I understood, the arc of the story is about that person really realizing that her character realizing that this was not fulfilling and this was not going to work. Because she tried to do her, like, hit it and quit it with the Bill Hader character and then finds out she's actually...
Like, likes him.
But... she may have ruined it, you know, by
just not
by following her old patterns or something like that.
Right.
And so then it's like, well, then that story is about how being a slut.
Yeah, but she got all bent out of shape, and it's like, oh, jeez, you wrote the fucking thing.
Yeah, exactly. Did you not know the themes of your own story?
Right.
Like, geez,
hilarious. Speaking of ridiculous people, there was the Chateau Hartis had this hilarious article where they were like, it was from NPR. Did you see that one?
I don't know.
Where the guys were like, oh, they had all this weird ass navel gazing about like testosterone. So like we decided that we should get checked, and they're like, then they were like had all this ring. They
basically checked for what, like their testosterone levels or something. What were they
just
navel
to see
gazing?
Well, they wanted to see how it correlated with like what they thought, who they thought would have the highest based on personality and behavior.
Oh, okay. They wanted to see
but
if
even
it
before
really
they got a
correlated
test, like, should we do this? Or like, because even these like pathetic manlets were worried about like having low levels or whatever. Like, oh, and what if this person's higher than me? Maybe this is something we shouldn't do.
Like, and
it's
like better not to know.
Yeah, exactly. That idea, first of all, is pathetic to me. Like the whole, it's like I don't even want to know. Like, that's just ridiculous no matter what the subject is. But it turns out that they are, like, pathetically low. They were, like, one of the women on there had higher than, like, the two pathetic dudes. Because they said a normal... Because I've read, like, Mike Cernovich's Danger Plays cover this stuff a lot. Because there's an actually epidemic of, like, guys having... dangerously low, like in this generation. Like we are literally half the men that our grandfathers were. Some people think it's related to like BPA's in the plastic,
or
birth
like
control in the water
stuff,
soy food, like all sorts of random shit like
that.
Yeah,
like
who knows what it is.
I know that's been a big concern for the medical.
A lot of it is
medical community is just now realizing
they don't know why
that our chemical makeup is literally differently, and just like they were worried for a while, you know, or still are worried, but it became a spotlight thing for a while to think about. Girls aging prematurely because of chemicals in the food and water,
or like hitting puberty
that.
early. Yeah.
Now they're starting to realize that it's also perhaps delaying the puberty in the boys and
just having low overall. Because you can actually have health. Like if you have actually low levels, you can have a lot of health
right. Well, that's how it came to their attention.
And what like Cernovich has pointed out is that another issue is they'll post a range. Like they say the range for healthy men is like 270 nanograms per milliliter to like 1070 or something like that.
Right.
The problem is. That's including everything from like 20-year-old professional sports athletes to like 90-year-old men.
Right.
So you come in and if you're a 25-year-old guy and you're at like 270, they're like, well, you're in the normal range, even though that's way lower than it should be for where you're at.
Look, for a healthy, virulent, not virulent, virile.
Yeah, well, just a young, healthy man should have a
strong 20-year-old, guy.
And back in 50 years ago, they would be way higher than that.
Yeah.
But this, and like one of the two of these guys tested like 144 or something like that, yeah. Like way, way low. Huh. And they're just like, who would have thought this fucking whiny little bitch manlet from NPR is low testosterone. It's just like that picture. It's like. Yeah, is he ready for Hillary? It may be low testosterone. Turns out in this case, it is.
It is, yeah, exactly. But
so I have no idea. I should get mine checked.
It is both funny and sad though, because like some of it is literally. I mean, it's funny because it is that predictable thing, like you said, like
that's bad. Like that'll affect your mood. That affects your health.
Well, that's exactly what I was trying to get at. Is like they're starting to realize
how fundamental. You need to take care of it.
Yeah, you're starting to realize how fundamental these problems are. Like everybody, like these doctors doing, like from Viagra to everything else, starting to realize how much of it is correlating to these base hormones, whether it's testosterone or otherwise, that are out of balance.
Cortisol levels, the same thing.
Right, all these things that are just out of balance in us because of we don't understand how they work in our systems, and we've been affecting them unknowingly.
Yeah, with all sorts of weird things in modern life that the human body's never dealt with before.
Right.
Whether it be chemicals, behavior patterns, electromagnetic radiation. Who knows? Like, there's no way to tell.
There's a verse from the Bible that's all too apt. It says, "My people perish from a lack of understanding." And it basically means, like it was a different context there, but it's all too true throughout history. It's like we always find out how much we've been fucking ourselves over 50 years after the fact.
Or to use a military history term, I forget who said this, but like you're always fighting your last war.
Right,
like
exactly.
The issues that you've uncovered, you do a bunch to do that, and you're kind of chasing, because you have like a backwards looking data, like what's happened after we've done this for 50 years.
Right.
There's no way to tell what's going to happen after in 50 years. So there's sort of lagging indicators.
But you also have to be careful that you do pay attention to that backwards looking data.
Well, that's all the only data you have.
Right, but I mean, all too often we learn these lessons and then forget them.
Yeah, and they don't even pay attention to the data that they have.
Right, exactly.
It's not perfect,
or interpret it wrong because it suits their narrative.
It's crime think or something.
Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Which is just insane. Yeah. For all the way that people fetishize science and everything these days, it's
all about ignoring its actual
so quickly
results.
Pushed aside, and when it shows you the thing that they don't want to be true.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like men or women be just actually different. And
right.
Like
or that the climate change was not happening in the way they thought at the places they thought, and then like, we'll just correct that data.
Yeah.
Slight turn of the knob here. Okay, now that looks right.
You're thinking bad.
Clearly, our instruments were wrong.
You're thinking bad, and you should feel bad.
Right. Yeah.
Ridiculous. I didn't have anything written down for this one, I don't think. Actually, maybe I did. Let me see. I've been really weirdly scheduled and everything.
Yeah, I've been kind of all over the place with the busyness as well, but
I've had to do like my naked katas at random times a day.
Right. It's so bad when your naked katas get off schedule. Just the whole humors. All the humors are out of
the humors and biles in your body.
Right, all
speaking of science.
Speaking of science, yeah. What's funny is those guys were almost more right than some of this shit nowadays, because at least they understood the concept of like
the difference was they were
body
way wrong
balance
with why it was happening, but they at least recognized the truths about what was true.
Right, exactly.
Here nowadays we have a lot more understanding of what's going on like a cellular level, but they refuse to accept that what's really happening as a result of that.
Right, exactly.
Like behaviors.
They understood the idea
that.
of like a human balance to your body and mind.
There's this hilarious part in the Hagakure, that old it's basically like the Samurai Bible,
right? Yeah, one of their tomes
awesome,
about
what it is. It's
that's a great
unbelievable.
Book. Yeah.
But there's this one part where this guy was like, men are becoming weak like women. He's like, you used to treat like men and women separately, and it worked. And he's like, now I've realized that the remedies for women work on men because they're so weak these days.
Right, yeah.
Like, I have not shared this knowledge.
I remember that. There was like another chapter talking about all the after because for the past in his generation all the samurai were fighting the wars and stuff, and now it had peace, and he was like, everybody's lying about and fucking, and nobody has any strength anymore. The best part
was at the latter half of that paragraph. He was like, and nowadays samurais don't even have the constitution to behead a kneeling, tied up prisoner.
Right, yeah.
Or be a second, like they shirk the duty of being a second during seppuku.
Right, yeah, a seppuku or a duel or something, yeah.
Where you chop the guy's head off after he's cut his guts out. And you're like, but then I can't even cut the head off a kneeling prisoner.
Right, they can't even stand there and watch their friend disembowel themselves and then behead him like an honest samurai.
Like an honorable man.
Right, yeah.
That's awesome. I thought I wrote something down here. Nope. I already said that. That was last week's stuff. I guess I have nothing. This is nothing.
Well, unprepared. It's your low T.
Yeah, right. It's like $50. It's actually pretty cheap.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as well.
Because if it's low, then I would want to do something about it.
Right, yeah. Eat a lot more red meat. Hunt some bears in the woods or something. I don't know.
Yeah. You do power pose. They've shown the power
poses, right, yeah.
Power posing and like working out.
Yeah.
Although working out like incredibly strenuously, like Iron Man style, can actually lower because it's
your
so
body
hard on your body.
Shredding everything it has.
It's just breaking you down, literally.
Well, exactly.
Speaking of which, do you hear about this fucking maniac who did? I mean, this.
I'll need more data than that. But okay.
But it's unbelievable. Like I bow before this guy's massive mental and physical endurance. but he did like an Ironman triathlon for people who don't know. It's like, let me look up the exact number because
it's like 100 miles of biking.
I think it's 112 or something.
It's 100 plus miles of cycling.
Let me see. Wait, let me look up
26 miles of
full
running,
Olympic marathon,
and then 1 or 3 miles of swimming.
It's about 1.5, I think, but it's swimming first, then biking, then running.
All told, you're doing, about 200 miles in a day, 150 to 200 miles in a day, and
it's
biking,
Wait,
swimming,
maybe it's
and running.
not that many. Oh, half. Yeah, it's 140, I think. 140.6 total. Anyways, it's insane.
Ridiculous.
I just want to see exactly what the
so
the numbers
some guy
are.
did like 3 in a row or something.
Much more crazy than that.
5 in a row.
Much more
10
crazy.
in a row.
Let me just tell you, this guy. Okay, here. This is a 2.4 mile swim, 112. It is 112 bicycle and 26.2 mile run. Anyways, this guy did 50 in a row, 50 days in a row. One in every state. 50 in a row. Ironman. Full Ironmans in 50 states.
Do it, sleep, do it again.
He said he averaged 4.5 hours of sleep a night between 50 full-length Ironmans.
Dear God.
And the traveling and everything. That's
like,
madness.
why at that point?
Madness.
Like I said, I tipped the cap,
Yeah.
but I also go like, why? Like I'm
because
not
it's
quite
there.
impressed
Because
anymore.
it's
I'm just
there.
kind of like
I'm impressed.
baffled.
That's craziness.
Well, I'm impressed in the fact that like the human body could do that, but
Yeah.
not like I don't even.
Well, that's what the
to
human
be honest,
mind right there.
Yeah, well, but I mean, to be honest, I'm not like even like, wow, like great job,
That's
buddy.
insane. I love it when people do that shit.
Well, yeah, I mean, when guys push themselves and achieve,
Right.
like obviously, bravo.
Right.
It's also just like at the end of that road, what do you have of just a broken body? Like what do you get?
50
Right.
Ironmans, 50 days in a row in 50 different states.
Man.
In every state, he hit an Ironman.
What, do they like just cart him while he slept the next morning? Do you like
Yeah,
run?
he said he would have like this. No, they'd have to travel, like
So they
drive.
put him on a bus, yeah.
Yeah, and then he had like this handler to make sure he has like a 3,500 calorie
Calorie,
breakfast and then like a 5,000 calorie like dinner at night. And he said well, the crazy thing is like Ironman's like a winning Ironman time I think would be around like sub 8 hours or something like that.
Yeah.
But I have no idea actually, something like that. I think they cut you off at 30 hours, but he averaged about 14 hours for those. So 14 hours of every day was spent
Running,
spent
biking,
doing
swimming.
the Ironman itself.
Yeah.
So that's crazy. Like all day, every day for 50 days.
Dear God.
And barely sleeping. Let's see winning times. I think they're like 7 something.
I think some of the records are like 5 or 4.
4. Oh no, wait, those are not adding up. See, swim, bike.
Oh, that's just per.
Wait, let me see what the Ironman World Championships. I want to see the total.
Yeah.
Because I don't know that much about these crazy endurance sports with the actual
Those
times
are the kind of things that just never appealed to me all that much. I mean, just
okay,
because
yeah. The winning times are 8 minutes and 14.
8 hours.
8 hours, 14
8 minutes. What, the Flash compete?
So I'm sure someone has done it in sub 8. This is like the latest one had 8. So
Right.
around 8 hours, 8 or 9 hours is like a
fast
amazing
time.
time, and he was doing an average like 14. So he was just doing it to get him done,
Right.
obviously.
Right. Not
But
burn itself out on the
his
first
toenails
one.
were falling off
Oh.
and stuff. I mean, I've heard that happening to people. That's just from the running.
Yeah.
That much.
Yeah,
a marathon
I've
every
got
day
no-
alone for 50
Like
days
I said,
is
I guess
insane.
part of the reason I'm just more like ugh than like impressed is that I have no interest to do that kind of.
But that's why it's so impressive to me. Is that
Oh,
such
yeah.
a repulsive to me to
Right,
have
I mean,
to do
it's-
that.
but that's what I'm saying.
He's literally torturing
to me,
himself.
that's a kind of achievement of just it's an achievement of self-torture. It's not like an achievement
But
of
it's a mental
weightlifting.
achievement to me more than a physical achievement.
Exactly. It is a mental achievement that you have to applaud. But like, I guess
That's why I like the stuff that David Blaine's
I would have
done
more
and everything.
aspiration to do.
Yeah, personally, I have no desire to do that.
Right,
But it's
yeah.
still hellish impressive to me. Just like with the David
Well,
Blaine's
yeah,
endurance
obviously,
exercises.
it's
Because
hellish impressive,
I think
but-
to me, the mental aspect of that is way more terrifying of having to put yourself through that than actually the physical aspect
Right.
of it.
Yeah. At a certain point,
Of
you
having to face that, like on day 3 or 4 of all day, everyday marathon,
Yeah.
realizing you
Just
have
know,
like
I've got
almost a
40
complete month
days
and a
left.
half
Yeah.
left still. Like that's
Good
madness.
God.
Like I would be wrecked just if you just told me to sleep 4.5 hours a night for 50 days. I'd
Yeah.
be destroyed.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like my body
my
would fall
sleep.
apart.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that my body would fall apart just from that.
Yeah.
Let alone doing an Ironman in between those slices of death.
I wonder how long it took to prepare for that.
Well, he had already had many Ironman related records. Like he'd already done
Obviously,
like
this guy's
10
the
in a
top of the
row or
world
something
and-
like that.
you know,
yeah, so he was already had a bunch of world records related to endurance training.
I guess what's kind of sad about this, or why I said like some part of it doesn't impress me, is like it does impress me, but it's just like the state that the world we are in.
Yeah.
it's the case of like where we are at in history and human development. It's like, it's unfortunately this guy did one of the most amazing feats in all of human capacity, and it's still kind of like, cool story, bro. It's like, so what? It doesn't cure cancer. It doesn't build us a space shuttle. It doesn't fix the world's political problems. Proving that one man could beat his body up that much and endure doesn't solve a single problem.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Nothing ever does. You might as well be great.
Right, yeah. But well, except that I guess that's why it's kind of just like, it's funny because it is both the greatness and the ancient futility that all philosophies have.
But to me, that's more important because no matter how much cancer is curing, everyone's still going to die.
Right,
Not everyone's going to
have
you
have to face that in life
records.
and right, yeah. But I mean, like, having crazy ass world records doesn't. How do you phrase this?
I'd say fuck everyone else. He made himself. He
wrote
the story of his deeds.
I'm not talking about
anybody
anybody else, but it's just like that only matters if, like, how to phrase it.
I think it's fucking sweet.
It is like impressive. Like, I'm not denying the impressiveness and the sweetness of it, but it also is like, I guess it's just like, oh well, it's too. I don't want to go down the deep philosophy trend here for philosophical one, but it's just like, it's just kind of humorous because like, it's also unfortunately, and some of that is just the state of our society, that it's kind of like, cool story about it. It's just like, oh, and then, well, next news story, please.
Right.
Like that, even an achievement of that level physically, but at the same time, I guess what's funny to me is like achievement of that level in sport. It's cool, but it's like sport just isn't like the ability to be the best. Runner and warrior in the room is not what society necessarily needs.
That reminds me
anymore.
of that quote that you mentioned it last night, where someone said, "Man, it's crazy how much history has changed in the past 4,000 years." It was like, back in ancient times, if you could fix people's teeth and kill a lion, you'd be the king of everything.
Right, yeah. Making a joke about the dentist killing Cecil the lion.
And everyone being outraged about it.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Or apparently Cecil the lion, as some people say. That's got to be a British thing. Cecil.
Yeah, no, that is the British.
Call Cecil.
He goes, dear Cecil.
Yeah.
Please, my dear Cecil. I write to you now from darkest Africa.
From Faulty Towers.
Right, yeah.
Cecil.
Right, exactly.
Ridiculous.
And what's so funny about that whole thing to me, I mean, we've already covered this a little bit, but I guarantee you, nobody's getting mad. Everybody's like vilifying this dentist. Nobody's getting mad, and I guarantee you, the many numerous complacent African officials or poachers or something like this guy paid some people he probably thought were legitimate.
Yeah, I doubt he thought he was. They're probably like, yeah, sure, 50 grand, it's all legal.
Oh yeah,
we got all the certifications.
Yeah,
give me a break. 50 grand.
And somebody had an interesting article too. Like, the whole reason that lions still exist in that country is because of white hunters like that.
Yeah,
the reason being, until preservationists from other countries showed up. A lot of them hunters wanting to keep these beasts around so that
they could hunt them.
The African tribesmen and the nations themselves were simply shooting these things with AK-47s every day, and they were going to exterminate them.
Yeah,
because
they didn't need them.
All
they didn't have to worry about
pelts, meat, and they didn't want to have to worry about them getting to their cattle.
Right.
Like, they had no designs to preserve a zoo.
Right.
Like, that didn't make them any goddamn money.
To them,
until like a bunch of rich people from other countries showed up and said, "Build a preserve. I'll pay you 50 grand to take me through a wild piece of preserve."
Shit,
okay. Let's build fences. Let's make sure these things survive.
Yeah, exactly. Because then we can get these guys to come over and pay to kill them.
Right, yeah. Like, these guys were too busy worrying about whether or not the Hootsies and Tootsies shit was going to go down again to give a crap about...
Tooties?
Tooties and
Hooties
Tooties.
and the Hooties and Tooties?
Hooties and Tooties.
Crazy.
Yep.
Cool deal.
Any more news?
No, I haven't looked. I was looking at Google Trends.
Let's Googleize.
Well, I mean, that's what we went
really
through them all already.
Googleizer.
There's nothing good anymore.
Nothing. Failed us again.
They got nothing. Nothing.
I tell you.
Fucking nothing. Somebody named Black China.
Black China? What?
Some chick who's like famous for doing nothing, I guess.
Okay. How enthralling. I'm glad we had that talk.
And somehow something about Lindsay Lohan. It's not in English. The fuck? Who cares about Lindsay Lohan?
Apparently, people not in English.
That's true.
In the English-speaking countries, they lag behind in most cultures.
It looks like que tiene una hermana. Something about a sister. Más chica que ahora de pequeña. No tiene nada. I don't know.
Well,
I know hermana means sister.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Straight Outta Compton. I want to watch that.
The movie about
NWA.
NWA, right?
Yeah.
Should be entertaining, I imagine.
Yeah. There have been a lot of straight out of blank, like, video. People have made a bunch of jokes about it. Straight out of whatever is changing the last word. Pretty funny.
All right, I guess that'll be it for the week.
We have no more fart noises and hot air to blow at this microphone.
well,
I
can always conjure some fart noises, but we will spare you this time. On that erudite note, we'll say go to englishenglish.net and also check out our SoundCloud.
You can go to .com
iTunes.
too, but it'll be lame and it'll make you want to even more go to englishenglish.net.
Exactly.
Unless you don't speak English, then maybe there'd be more for you at englishenglish.com.
I still don't get that. Why would you have a site about learning English called English and English?
Maybe it's an English person teaching
Maybe they're teaching American
Let's
English.
Look. Let's try to figure this out.
Okay, we're going to dig into this real quick.
Yeah,
we thought we were done, but no.
We're going to explore this.
Right. Let's unpack that.
I hate that fucking one. People say explore, unpack, or...
Right.
What's another one that they say? They're like, I hate watch this space.
I've never heard that one. What's that?
That's annoying. That's just when they're like, watch this space for more updates, like this blog, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
But like,
I thought that you were talking about that as a term.
Unpack
like
or explore or is really annoying. It's someone who's going to say a bunch of stupid bullshit.
I mean, what's funny is there are already words for that. Like, let's delve into it or investigate or be thorough.
And it's not even saying unpacking of itself is bad, but it's always been used.
Right. Well, that's what's funny. That's what I mean. Like, there are certain words that you can tell tend to be in vogue with people that are going to be talking about things in a certain way. Like, for example, people who say, let's investigate that, or give me the details, let's go further into detail on that, are probably going to be one type of people versus the people who say, let's unpack that, when they say...
That's what I mean.
You know,
like
you could both be talking about the financial realities of some... business, like, okay, let's
so you'd call a leading indicator of douchebagginess.
Right, yeah, there you go, leading indicator, there you go. They could both be talking about the dynamics of, having one parent in the military or something like
or
that to young
love
kids.
Of dicks.
Right, yeah. And, well, I don't think the guys would say,
let's unzip this.
Right, yeah.
That's what they should say. Let's unzip this and get into it more fully.
Right, yeah. Well, they're also let's pack that. I mean,
let's pack that. Let's unzip it. I mean, pack it in.
Right,
Let's push it in.
Let's just dick around. I mean, let's just lick it a little bit. Oh, God damn it.
All right, englishenglish.com. Who we are by Nanny, Gnanee, Gnanny, or Nanny if
obviously
you're like a nat. Probably not
American.
Who we are? ? We and this website are English friendly. Whatever we have discussed or going to discuss
not a first
in this
language.
website is all about English. All about English language, and English language skills.
Obviously a website by like somebody from China or India teaching their compatriots, their fellow natives.
It still does not say why it's English and English. Probably just for no other reason other than English.com was already taken.
Right, yeah.
And so they stole our fucking...
Right, yeah.
Anyways, go to englishenglish.net. Don't fuck around with .com. There's nothing there for you.
Right, yeah. Don't go that way.
Yeah.
Don't take that road.
You must never go there.
So, englishenglish.net. Check out the SoundCloud and the iTunes. And if you can ever click like and rate on iTunes, that really helps us out. And also, you can check out our YouTube. And that can all be found on the sidebar at englishenglish.net.
English and English for dual presidency.
Yeah.
2016.
Exactly.
Vote early, vote
not
often,
president,
vote
vice
English.
president.
No, dual presidency.
We will also both be dual vice presidents.
Right, exactly. We'll both be simultaneous presidents and vice presidents.
Exactly. There's no need for a vice president.
Kicking aside the 35-year-old rule, we'll be kicking aside a lot of rules.
Yeah, exactly.
In favor of awesomeness.
Exactly.
And not unpacking stupid shit.
Right.
All the gay shit will stay packed up nice and tight. We'll deal with the stuff that needs to be dealt with.
There you go.
All right, englishenglish.net. See ya.
Later.